That's real right there. That's real right there, man. 9:19, 62 degrees outside. Interesting morning this morning, man. It's about to get even more interesting here.
I love when it gets interesting here.
Yes, indeed, man. Round of applause. Who we got in the building right now? Foolish.
BMF Wifey up in the building.
First lady.
The first lady, known as the real BMF Wifey. Just to say your name one time.
Good morning.
My name is Tony. Good morning, Detroit.
How you doing this morning, Tony?
I'm doing good.
Now, we are blessed to have you in our presence this morning. I mean, First Lady of BMF, you are doing your thing. You're still representing the concept and the movement of the BMF. But I wanted to talk to you about your organization real quick. Sylent Heart, right?
Sylent Heart, yes.
What is that organization about?
Sylent Heart is an organization about kids for incarcerated parents. We help kids with resources, mentoring, and our ultimate goal is to help kids finish school and go to college.
Okay, well, round of applause for that one right there. That's
we want to help with scholarships.
Okay, now how can someone get involved? How can someone get in contact with you for this?
They can email Sylent Heart and just give us our information and come in and help us like that. Or right now we have a GoFundMe, and our GoFundMe is thecityeats.com.
So. Cityeats.com.
Yes.
Okay. Right. Now Foolish always talks highly of BMF. And the people, the crew, the back in the day. What's poppin', fool?
I had to sit up there and really bring forth this gangster education to the level to where you grown. Because it seems like it's kind of childish now. You know, they talk about childish things. And really, you know, gangsters organize stuff. It's an organization. It's a making money in a positive type of way thing once you get to a certain level.
Right.
This organization has been set up because of so many different parents who have been locked up and haven't been able to provide for their family. So what made you say, you know what, I don't give a damn about what y'all are talking about. This is what I'm about. This is what Big Meech is about. This is what our family is about. What got you to that level?
Because it's a real misconception of what BMF is really about. You know, people label us like as a gang, but we really were a family.
Right.
We really were a family, and just because of what the guys did, I just don't want people to think of us like that, because we helped everybody.
Oh, you helped
everybody. I can't even explain.
We don't even want to talk about politicians.
I mean,
you know,
everybody, and it's sad the way that a lot of people look at it. Right. You know, but in our case, and it was brought out that you know, we did have murders and things like that in that organization, and it went for years. And you don't ever hear about an organization going for years, and you know, don't have all these bodies on their in their case.
Right.
And it was. I don't care who needed help. We helped them. And that's why I want, you know, by me being incarcerated myself and coming home, I wanted to carry that on. I wanted to make sure that we continue to help people, you know, to reach back in and help these kids. Because once a parent that's incarcerated, 70% of a child who's their parent is incarcerated, they're going to end up being incarcerated.
That's real right there. Yeah,
and so I wanted to help. You know, I'm like, well, how can I help? You know, I'm laying in my cell with my roommates, and my kids were a little older, and being a mother, that's the worst thing that could happen to you, being incarcerated.
Right.
And seeing that your kids are out there suffering and not being able to, you know, have things, have supplies, have clothing, or, you know, or computers or things like that. So when I came home, that's what I wanted to finish doing, what the guys would do. They will always help a family. Like, you know, whoever needed help, their kids, they're going to continue to go to school. Because when they were growing up, you know, they didn't have all that.
Say that.
And I laid up in bed, I mean, I would say like that, but me, he laid up a lot of nights and like, help, you know, like I'm going to help such and such. You know, his kid needs some shoes, his kid need to go to school. And he always helped somebody. And I don't care if that phone rung, if somebody needed something, they were there for them.
Now, you know, when you talk about T, you know, T is kind of like the quiet side, you know, the things.
Yeah,
so,
that's
like when you talk to him now, what's his outlook inside the joint?
His outlook is very good. He's still, he helps uplift a lot of people in there. And people always think like he's in there being real, you know, spiritual, but he has always had that in him. Him and Meech grew up in the church. They can read that Bible like no other. They can have a sermon on their own. They were raised in the church. And that's what he do in the prison. He's actually a model prisoner.
Where they got T at?
He's in Florida.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
man. And, you know, they spend time in Florida, not in prison. So to be in prison in Florida,
Yes.
that's a whole different spirituality. The first time I saw them, I was doing a comedy club in Coconut Grove.
Yeah.
And all of them had came to my show like 20 deep. You know what I mean? And I would just sit up there like, yo, why is everybody showing me love all of a sudden? Like, you know, I'm from Detroit. Very supportive.
Very supportive, especially if you was a native of Detroit. We, you know, even like now, I live stay in Los Angeles. And when you hear about somebody from Detroit, it's automatic. You family. You know, that's what I say about Detroit. I love my city, you know, because we are family. We one of the cities you can go anywhere. I mean, even, you know, overseas. And you're from Detroit, you know.
Rock that D-hat.
And don't be like BMF overseas. Like, yo, we love you guys.
Yeah, you know what? My son just came from overseas. He was over in Spain, well, Greece, and they were saying they were wearing the hats.
Now, why was your son over in Spain or Greece?
Well, he was on vacation.
He's on vacation?
Yo, who does that, dog?
Hey,
Spain or Greece?
Well, check it out, though. You said they was rocking the hats. And
they were rocking the apparel.
So
Yes,
talk to
they
us about
wrote
that
it.
BMF Apparel.
Yes, that's the line that my son started, and it's BMF Apparel. So go to the www.net. I mean the BMF.net for his apparel, and it's something that he started. But I'm very supportive of it, so I help him a lot.
Well, you know what? If he's over in Spain and Greece coming back with product like that,
That's
that
dope.
means
Round of
that
applause.
the only people I know do that is like Polo,
Oh, no,
you know, the
they
real
love it.
expensive types, you know, because everybody else usually go to like China, get it made for $1, come back, it's $200.
No, I mean the line is really, you know, it's really classy. You know, he wanted to make it look really different. He wanted to, you know, not what people thought it was. It's what
Right.
it is today. And the line is really, you know,
It got some nice products.
Yes.
Yes.
He did a nice job of it.
Great
It's
job.
Really nice.
What's the expiration date right now on T and Meech actually get? Like, how many years did they actually get?
Well, they actually got 30 years, but amen to Obama. I just love Obama that.
Some of those laws.
Yeah,
Come
those
on.
laws are getting changed, and you know, like it was like 135 of us that were indicted, and now so many people are coming home because of that love.
Yes.
You know, they're getting
Right.
I mean, not just BMF.
Right.
A lot of people.
But just because a lot of us are incarcerated for some longer term sentences,
Terms,
you know,
yeah.
prison terms for minor offenses and things that
Right.
non-violent offenses. So I
But
feel you
people
on
on the
that.
outside really don't understand being there and seeing people getting, you know, I'm like, you seeing your monkeys or your other inmates, you're like, well, what did you do?
Right.
How much time they telling you, like 15, 20 years. I have a friend that just came home that, you know, we pray together every morning. She was in prison for 22 years.
Woo.
22 years, and she left her daughters behind
All
all
right.
that time.
Well, check this out. Hang out with us for a minute, okay?
Okay.
Hang out with us for a minute, man. Hit us up, 313-298-1075, man. We got the First Lady of BMF in the building.
Oh, boy.
We going there this morning. It's the Morning Heat, Big Greg, Foolish and Delicious. What up, Joe? Time 1075, home of the Morning Heat, Big Greg, Foolish and Delicious, man. We do have the First Lady of BMF in the building right now. Round of applause.
Oh, yeah.
We talked about the Sylent Heart organization, the BMF clothing that you have coming that's out. The apparel is crazy. But you know what? There's been some rumors and accusations about a certain so-so producer, Jermaine Dupri. What's going on with you and Jermaine Dupri? Like, what's going on?
Just friends. Jermaine Dupri is like family.
Okay.
You know, we are like from Atlanta. We all are family, and you know, he supports the movement. He supports what I'm doing. What my son is doing with the clothing line, with the BMF clothing line, and he also supports Sylent Heart. He understands where we're trying to go with this. He wants everybody to say, okay, you know, he know what it was. So now he's like, look, you know, let me see what I can do to help you guys to
Right.
push this. You know, you guys were good to me when we were all
Right.
down in Atlanta, and he's like family to everyone.
Now, a lot of industry insiders are saying that, you know, Jermaine Dupri can be kind of shiesty at times. And he's normally looking out for his best interest when he gets involved with certain projects. Like, do you worry about that? Have you heard that? Have you seen that?
I haven't seen that, and I don't feel that. He's always been open open arms to us.
Okay.
You know, mainly given to us. It's not like he's trying to take any. He hasn't even spoken to us about like what what he could get out of it. He's like, let me help you. I can, He just said, let me wear the shirts, and that was it. And I don't know by us hanging out, but it's not just me hangs out with. We still hang out in groups.
Right.
This is the family. Let's all come out and hang out, and that's what it is. That's what it is. But it's like some people can just stand next to somebody or take a picture with somebody,
and then it just has its own story. Oh, that happens a lot with Delicious too.
Yeah.
Hey, but tell me this though, Jeezy, Doughboys Cash Out. With this clothing line coming out, will they be like maybe somebody you could consider in modeling and putting it out there in a positive way? Are y'all looking for people to be positive and put out the right education on what y'all really want BMF to stand for?
Yes, we are. We're hoping that people are helping come in and wear the clothing and support us. We want people to say, hey, this is something different. This is like, and show people that what we were, instead of just saying, oh, okay.
We know what that's about.
Yeah,
no,
we know what that's
the real
about.
Story. Got you.
Tell them the real story that, when we were around and everybody was around, everybody was with us. We were family. We were all together.
So talking about the real story, let us know about this BMF movie. I've been hearing some good things about a BMF movie on the books. Maybe like
I want to play T.
I want to be in it too. But I mean, can you elaborate on that?
I can't really elaborate on it, but it hopefully it'll happen.
Okay, reality show? Is there some kind of reality show maybe? I'm asking the wrong question.
Hey, yo.
Okay.
I got a big question.
Okay. Why are you saying my questions are little?
Because I know she wasn't going to answer because she's like this, the network's Tonesa. But for a woman who's dealing with a man right now in the dope game, what would you say to her?
I would say that, that it's not all what you think. It is, I'm not going to knock the people that's out there, but it's not anything that you really want to get into. You want to go and, get an education, support yourself, and,
you're talking to a thought right now. And she's like, you know what, I might need to get myself together. These dudes ain't brought me no hairstyles.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
All the girls I know that had real dope, man, they paid for stuff. These dudes are not buying me nothing.
It's short-lived.
I mean, that's real right there. That's the best piece of
I'm glad you said it because
if we would have said it, we would have sounded like we hate.
Right.
It.
And you know what? Let me tell you. Because of Big Meech, because of T, because of BMF, a lot of women think dudes is ballers. They think that every man that they deal with is a baller. Because of what has been said in our community as being successful. And I think that this organization actually has a chance to flip the script. Because when you hear Big Meech talk now, when you hear T talk now, it's a spiritual bond that they got with life.
Right.
And like you say, they grew up in church. But you got people who have took this misconception of getting money fast and put it into their life and think that every man is a Big Meech, is a T, is an organized drug dealer. And it ain't even like that.
It's not like that. And they don't, and it looks good on the outside, but then when you have to walk that path and sit in front of the judge,
it ain't for everybody.
it's not for everybody. And I've always said that. It's not for everybody.
Right.
And you don't want to get into it. It looks good, you think you want to do it, and it's something easy, but it's when they start getting out that time, you know.
You're like,
and when them bullets start flying.
Right.
See, nobody thinks about that, like how many people you've lost in that BMF organization.
Right. No, I mean, I'm not gonna say that because in the BMF organization we didn't lose anyone. It's not like the mafia, the Italian mafia, or the Chinese mafia. Not calling them out or anything like that because that's what their lives. But when you think of BMF, we didn't have a lot of bodies. We didn't have any bodies. They had one body that happened in Atlanta, and that wasn't even a connection to BMF. Yeah. Not glorifying what we did at all. Right. I mean, we all take responsibility for what we did.
Yeah.
And we look back now, we all want to make change. My son is still incarcerated. And I have 3 nephews. They took away a lot of my family, so I have a lot of guilt about that. And I want to see change. And I want, young men to look at it. Hey, even though these men were very powerful and they was making these big moves, you don't want to walk that path that they're going through now.
That's real.
And they're speaking on it. They want everybody.
They walk this so somebody else don't have to.
Yeah,
walk. That's real right there. Well, Tony, we appreciate you coming by this morning. Round of applause. Is there any last words you want to say to the people in Detroit listening right now?
Yes, on September the 26th, on Mack and 3rd, Sylent Heart and the City Eats are coming to feed the homeless and give clothing and free haircuts.
We was just talking about Mack
I want
and
you
3rd.
guys
We was
to come
literally
down. We want you to come down and support us. We also have a GoFundMe to help, with the transportation, food, and supplies. So please go to our GoFundMe, and it's called GoFundMe, but it's called the City Eats. The City Eats.
That's what I'm talking about.
Go to my page at the First Lady of BMF, and please come out and support us and support Sylent Heart.
Thank you very much, Tony. We appreciate you stopping by this morning. Make sure y'all follow her right now. It's the Morning Heat. We're going to get back to this music, man. Coming up next, we do have Rumor Has It. But you know what? She just dropped a jewel on us this morning, man.
That's what happens when you got the lady.
Look, that's what I'm talking about. Some round of applause. Don't
the lady.
Yes, you did a great job. Shot 107.5. Big, Great, Foolish, Delicious. It's the Morning Heat.